And good afternoon, and welcome to Roll Call on this sunny Monday afternoon. We have Chief Gingerella here and the town manager. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Nice
How are
to
you?
see
Good
you.
afternoon. It's a beautiful day, huh?
Beautiful sunny day. We're not used to this.
Go to
not
the
raining.
beach. You'll find out how nice it is. That was mobbed, right?
We had about 300 kids down there that skipped school today, but yeah, it was
Wow,
pretty busy today.
It was a good day for seniors.
It can't be the seniors though, because they have exams this week. And
They're
have no
from
school
it was
next
it
week.
was a Connecticut. I
Connecticut.
won't
That'd be a
write
Connecticut
them out
school.
completely, but it was a Connecticut school and not anywhere near here. So
Well,
And
They know where to
they
come.
love to come to Westerly. They really do.
hey, we
Hmm.
took some days off.
This
didn't
is
we?
like the first nice day like that. So this is
It's-
why they're all
And I think the rest of the week is supposed to be
Nice.
really
really
nice.
nice.
So
Yeah.
get ready.
Yeah.
We have some special guests with us today. We have Lieutenant Brandon Fricke.
Oh, yeah.
Good, thanks. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
We have past Captain Scott Fricke, and we
Hello.
have firefighter Steve Aylward. And they are from the Westerly Fire Department, and you are all here to talk about something very special, and that's Memorial Sunday that will be coming up on Sunday, June 8th. So why don't we start with you, Lieutenant? Tell us, why do you have Memorial Sunday, and what does it mean?
So typically we have the Memorial Sunday. It's actually something that's very special to everybody in the firehouse because, like we've said before, you build bonds, you build friendships. It could be generations, as you see here. So when we no longer have anybody that's with us, Sunday is very special to everybody because of those bonds and friendships. So you'll see on Sunday, whoever does go, we normally do get a pretty big crowd for it. You'll see we have we start at 9:00. We do the parade route, come back, and we have a ceremony that's set up over here. So Chief Mackey will do the speaking. We have Reverend Cal Lord, who does our prayer, does a little speech. And then what's very special on Sunday is one of the individuals that is no longer with us. Somebody special will be ringing the bell for him. So that's what makes this event very special and, deep to everybody's heart. So
I think we've all seen the parade.
We have. We
Yes,
participated, watched it. We've over
Right.
the years. I think it's funny you mentioned Cal Lord. You give a little speech. I don't know if Cal Lord's capable of giving a little speech. God bless him.
We
He
love
gives some
Cal.
wonderful speeches. He can talk, but he certainly can. But that'd be great.
And you start at the Westerly Fire Department on Union Street.
yes, we do. And then the parade route is we come around past the town hall, up to the light at Granite and Grove. Go up Grove, make the left on High Street, go past the YMCA, and then we make the left, come through downtown, make the loop over here onto Main Street. And then we come back up Union Street, and then we all line up in our lines and get ready for the ceremony.
How many members, Scott, of the department do you have right now? Do you know?
Right now, I believe that we are at approximately 80 members.
and you'll get a decent turnout tomorrow.
Well,
Memorial.
when I say 80 members now, we're also talking life members. We're talking
Right.
members that are no longer active, but they're still members of the department. And some of them, yes, they do come out for this memorial. It's the one parade they do come out for. And we've said it time and time again, if there's one parade that a firefighter needs to make, it's the Fireman's Memorial Parade. So we do get a good crowd come out for that.
Yes.
And it's just a march. It's a march, or you bring the trucks in it?
It's just a march. Actually, the chief's vehicle goes in it
Yeah.
because he carries some of the old timers that can't make the walk,
Yep.
but they still want to participate in the
Mhm.
in the parade. But it's a march,
Mhm.
and we line up in ranks. And like Brandon said, we march around Wilcox Park, which that actually didn't start happening until 1949. Prior to that, they would march from the firehouse to Riverbend Cemetery, and they would hold the service at Riverbend
The cemetery.
Cemetery for all the members that had passed the year prior, and they would announce the names of those that passed. And that's one of the traditions that we still continue today, as Brandon was saying.
All the names that pass, or just the passing
Just the
year?
names that passed for the prior
Per
year.
year, yeah, okay.
And we continue that to this day
Mhm.
at the memorial next to the
Which is
station.
between the town hall and the station, right?
Yes.
That's what I
Yes.
figured. Okay.
And that was 1949 was also when the first memorial stone was put there between the town hall and the fire station.
Oh, that's when, okay, it was put there in 49. Okay.
Yes,
So there was no stone prior, which is why you went to the cemetery, obviously.
correct.
And why Riverbend? Any idea? I mean, you passed St. Sebastian along the way if you marched. Yeah.
Riverbend, I would say, would probably where most
Most of the
members
lost
that
ones that passed away went. Yeah.
were buried.
And how
I
long
don't
is it?
know
How long has it been going on?
Oh, this will be the 126th year
Of the parade.
of this parade. 1899 is when the parade started.
And is it an actual parade or is it a march?
It's a march.
Yeah.
It's a march.
Yeah, parade's
Parade-
kind of a celebration. I mean, a
Parade
march
is
would be.
parade is easier for people to understand.
Stand,
When you're
right,
having a
right,
parade,
right, right.
than a march. We do have the Westerly band that
That is-
leads us.
They're in front, then you
Westerly
march
band
behind.
leads us. We march behind them.
Okay.
So it's more of an entire ceremony. It goes through
Right.
town.
And then when you hosted at the memorial, because I think we block Union Street during that, haven't we before? Or one lane?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, we don't
What-
take up
I don't know
the
if we
entire
did.
roadway.
Depends on the amount of people.
When we line up
Yeah.
to begin the march, we're in one of the lanes.
Lanes, right. Yeah, because you're in
and
the left or
We
the
try
right
to keep
hand lane.
people
right.
from going past us, and most people are very
Respectful of
receptive
that,
of it,
yeah.
respectful. So, but when we do start marching, we are in the one lane, and we do have cars that go by us.
Patience. We always say that.
Pack your patience.
Pack your
patience.
Pack your patience.
Well, even going up. I mean, we do. I believe we do have a police cruiser.
Yeah, there's a
that leads
cruiser
us
that you set up to escort
and,
it.
and
right?
tries to gets everybody to stop. But we generally only take up one lane.
And it's not delayed. I mean, it's quick per se. I mean, you're walking out as soon as you get off Union, traffic can flow. When you get past Elm,
Yes.
it can flow up that way.
Yes, we're not stopping
Yeah.
anybody behind us.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Unless they're following us.
Right, that's true.
And
Yeah.
they're kind of.
As a firefighter, what does it mean to you to participate in this?
Well, for me personally, I first joined the year of COVID, so we didn't have it that year. That's the 1 year that we haven't had the actual march. But I was on a department in a neighboring town, but we never really did anything like this. And the department's history only went back to 1938. So to join a department like Westerly, the firehouse itself is a living testament to the history of the fire department. You hear the story about the old fire station that burned down. There's a fire truck in the ground next to the building, all that type of stuff. For me, as a history buff, it was like really enthralling. All the history, all the pictures in the station. And then my first year to able to march in it, that year, I think it was the 123rd or the 122nd. It was just, for me, it was pretty cool that I'm doing something that they've done for 122 years. And I think that's a big, one of the things about the fire service in general is the history and the tradition. You carry on that history, that tradition, and then you see a lot of the, like we call them the old timers, these old guys. I mean, they can barely walk, but they got all their medals on, their badges. Before you used to be able to wear a badge for, if you're a past captain, you're a past treasurer for a company or whatever. And sort of like some guys joke that they look like North Korean generals with all their, but they're really into it. And it's really important to them to honor their friends that have passed on. And guys that spent, there's just this past year, two life members passed away. They spent years on the fire department and to their companies, and they meant a lot. And, this year, the two that we're going to honor are John Babcock and Vero Marone, both members of the ladder company. I was on the ladder company. Vero was a great guy. He was actually the first guy that welcomed me into the ladder company when I joined. He was still coming to the company meetings at that time. He's assistant chief Kevin Marone's father. You know, the Marone family is, you know, they're all over town. I mean, you could probably bump into a Marone if you walk outside right now. But you know, it's just and it's that generational thing. Like me, I'm not from the area. I moved here in high school, so you know, to be on the department and you got guys. There's one guy on right now. He's a fourth or fifth generation. You know, it goes back. So to be able to say that, like, we've been doing this since 1899, and just the history aspect for me personally, because I dig into that stuff. I like Joe is like, he knows everything. Like, he could tell you about like some little fire that happened in downtown in 1968, and like
That would be Assistant Chief Fazaro.
Yeah,
Right. He was here a couple of weeks ago.
and I love that stuff. So whenever I see him, you know, if he's got something to tell me, I try to eat it up. So it's just the history, the tradition. And like, you know, people will make comments, oh, what are they doing? I saw somebody comment on one of the community pages. It was like, oh, are they doing that silly little parade again? It's like, it's not silly. Like, and that's why we're here, to get the word out on what it's actually for. It might not look like much, but to a lot of our members, it means a lot.
It's a sense of pride. You said the old timers show up. It's a sense of pride of all the years service they put in. I mean, it's huge. I mean, it's huge for them. And and in reality, we've talked about this with other departments, and so we rely on these volunteers, the 80 members, you know, the past members. We relied on them over the years to provide this level of public safety on the fire side. You know, we rely on that. There's no, so it's a sense of pride for these members to come out. But question for you now: you said you're from another department, so you're not you came to town in high school, so you probably got about another 30 years before you're accepted as a local, I guess. Right?
I don't think I'll ever be.
I don't know. I don't even know if I'm accepted
as a local. Yeah.
My name ends in a vowel.
But why? How come you can't? Did you just move? Is that why you switched departments to here?
Yeah,
is that the deal?
Yeah, I moved once I got married and bought a house.
Yeah.
I did live in Charlestown, and then I just moved to the area. So, when I moved to the area, like, I wanted to join Westerly because of the history aspect and all that stuff. But I've been in the fire service since I was a junior member in Charlestown, so it's been a while.
Okay.
Well, it's funny you mentioned, like, you know, tradition. I can remember, I mean, you could speak on it too, and so could you. I mean, you know, driving by the old station when it was the station, you see, you know, the old guys sitting in the front, and, you know, it's different people because obviously people pass away. But someone's always there. You know, it just, who's the new old timer, and it's a neat, it's tradition. Like you said, it's a Pharaoh sitting out there, or if it's, you know, the other older guys that were there. It is neat. It's something that you guys definitely have. You know, even though I make fun of you guys a lot, but you know, the traditions there. You know, with you guys, it is a good brotherhood. I mean,
the camaraderie.
It is the camaraderie. And just speaking about the old fire, I just wanted to mention something I brought with me to give you guys.
Our historian here.
And it's fun. I say it's funny, but I didn't realize now the first person that died in your department was Chief Edgar.
Chief Edgar.
He was the first line of duty.
First line of duty.
He's actually in this little comic strip that I found.
That is so funny.
I thought it funny because when your fire station burned down, I wasn't the only one making fun of you guys. Kind of like the police station getting robbed.
And did you find this in the Westerly Sun?
This was in the Evening Bulletin, Providence, Wednesday, May 11th, 1927. I just thought it was funny. Throw my 2 cents in there.
Well, I think you talk about the old guys and they're there in the morning. You know, I think it's every morning they have coffee. They're solving all the world's problems, right?
Yeah.
Thank God they're solving them for us. It makes our days go that much easier. I just say, you know, but
they're either solving them or causing them.
Causing whatever they think they're solving them. They would never admit they're causing any of them. But it's you know, we talk about this in the old timers, but again, you know, we will all be there. Some would say I'm already there, right? I mean, some of us are already there. Scott, you're already there, right?
I'm already there. Yeah. You know, and again, talk about the old timers.
Yeah.
Okay. And you hear a lot of younger firefighters, you know, talk about, you know, the older guys in their departments. And I'm an instructor at the fire academy, so I see people from all over the state. these new kids that are coming in, they talk about, the older guys. And, the one thing is that the old timers are going to teach the younger guys
That's right.
how to become old timers.
That's right.
Okay. And
Well, they
stay
know
on-
everything already. I noticed all the younger guys. So
Yeah, the younger
what are you going to
generation,
teach them?
younger generation,
I think
as
that's
you
just
know,
the
and you
generation.
see
Yeah.
it in teaching, they know it all. Just ask them.
Well, of course.
And again, we were young once, so I think
That's
we
right.
we
And
knew
we
it
knew
all.
it all.
We knew it all.
Until we,
And then
until we
as-
learned differently.
And you realize the wealth of knowledge that comes along with these old timers or the veterans. Those are who you learn your whole job from. I mean, that's basically the foundation of your whole makeup of your job.
Yeah, and
And
when I started in the fire service, I was in New Jersey,
Mhm.
still in high school,
Mhm.
and you learned firefighting, and it was literally trial by fire.
Mhm.
There was we had a small school that you would go to for about a week, okay, just to learn, how to crawl through a burning building, how to
Mhm.
breathe on an air pack, and how to use fire hose, and then you were out and you learned by doing.
Don't think it's any different on the police side. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, 38 years ago, like when I started, it was, they throw you a set of keys on the table and say, go ahead, there you go right around. This is your area. And you just go to calls, you figure it out. I mean, it's totally different now. I mean, you think of the liability
Yeah.
side of things.
And I
It's
think of
totally
the old
different from you
timers that
guys.
I
too.
learned from.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
These guys, they were the
Yeah.
true smoke eaters.
Yeah,
I mean, there,
Right.
even here they talk about, when they first got air packs here. You look at some of the old pictures, especially the downtown
Mhm.
fires, and you see, 15, 20 guys on a fire escape, and none of them have a pack on.
That's
But,
right.
Usually smoking a
Yeah.
cigar or smoking a cigarette as they're running out the fire.
Those were the true smoke eaters. And, now, like I said, being an instructor at the fire academy,
It's totally
there's a
different.
whole world of information that we give these guys, to build on. And I tell my students, and I tell people that, we're not going to make you a firefighter at the academy. Just
Mm.
because you get that certificate that says you've gone through the class, we're not going to make you firefighters. Your departments will make you firefighters.
Mm.
Your experience will make you firefighters.
Mm.
And, that's where these old timers, the veterans, that's where they
Mhm.
come in. They're going to make you firefighters.
Right.
I
always say, listen to the old guys, listen to the veterans. You'll be amazed what you'll learn.
Yes.
And the technology alone that has changed. I mean, you talk about when this started, when they had the bucket brigades and the hoses that they were pulling. And now what you're teaching now, it's so much different.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
when they started the memorial service, the Memorial Sunday, the chief was John Himes, and he was the one that brought the Gamewell firebox system to town. So like you're talking,
Which is what, the pull station?
yeah,
The
yeah,
pull
the
station.
pulls. Like before that, it was all down to, if a fire was at night, it was basically a night patrolman from the police department would see some smoke, and then they would start ringing the bell at a church, and then people would wake up and then make their way downtown to get the equipment. So I mean, you talk about the technology changing. I mean now.
So you guys needed this then too, huh?
Yeah.
But again, you even look where it's
Well, they
going.
didn't have cars
Yeah.
that park in front of the hydrants.
That's true. That's
So
true.
they stood there.
That's my
They
favorite.
stood
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, nothing changes on that.
But even the pull station things, those are almost, I don't want to say they're obsolete, but now with the latest technology, I mean, if there's a fire, how, someone pulls the pull station, it's going to ring out. I don't even know, the horn doesn't work anymore, right? It doesn't
No,
go
Our,
off.
our horn does
It-
not. Pocatuck still has.
If-
theirs.
Pocatuck still
If you
does.
pull one of the pull stations now,
It goes to the
to
paging
Westerly
system?
Dispatch,
And then they page out
and then
everyone,
they
right?
page
But
everybody
even
up.
at that, it's the same. I mean, it's the same with the police. I mean, you'll get more calls from a cell phone on anything before a 911 call.
You'll have video of it streaming somewhere first.
Yeah,
before
you'll
Yeah,
get
yeah.
someone taking pictures.
and I'll find
of
out on
it.
Facebook first,
Yeah.
and then I'll,
So it's got to be the same on the fire side. By the time someone runs around trying to find that pull station, people are
Yeah.
calling 911 on
Yeah.
the phone or calling,
Yeah, there was
emergency
there was
service.
a thing a few years back where they were talking about, should we, do away with the
Eliminate
street
them, yeah,
boxes, the ones that you see on the utility poles, and because now again somebody sees a
Yeah,
fire,
there's
they're
no
calling
new
on the
ones
phone.
being added. Right?
But the thing is, and this goes back to Chief Sales, is tradition. You can ask people do you know what that? You can ask a child, do you know what that box is? And they know.
They know, right? Okay.
And you can ask somebody, where's the nearest box to your house? And they know.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's that tradition. So
Right.
no, we're
Yeah.
not going to get rid of those.
Mhm.
And those master boxes, as we call them, they still get used.
Mhm.
Occasionally, the ones on the poles will get.
Oh, you, if you have a
calls in
car
for that.
accident or something, somebody's going to jump out of a car and pull that.
Yes.
And it's are they, I mean, the ones that are in buildings now, I think go to a central.
Mhm.
I mean, they go to their central alarm station.
Yeah.
Well, there's some of them go direct, right?
Yeah.
Direct to you guys.
Well, not direct to us. It's dispatch, Westerly Dispatch.
Right.
At the ambulance corps.
Right.
They have the dispatch center. So if somebody was to pull a station inside a building,
Yeah.
it sends a signal to dispatch,
Yeah,
and then dispatch will tone us out.
they're toning you out. Right.
Yeah.
That's the new way.
And-
not the
and
not the
again-
church bells going off anymore.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like Steve said, is somebody would see a fire and the bell that would be used by, if there was a firefighter on station
Mhm.
or on duty or something, was the old town hall bell.
Mhm.
They would go and they would ring that bell.
To get the
And,
attention.
that would summon the firefighters. Well, in the middle of the night, that took a while. Everybody's sleeping, and you
Yeah.
hope they hear the bell.
Right.
Right.
And I love the boards that are still in the firehouse where
With
it
the
used to
numbers?
give
Yeah,
you a
that's neat.
number,
Yes.
because I can remember being a little girl and opening up the cabinet door
Mhm.
because
There
they
was a
would
whole sheet
post
you
the
got.
sheet,
You got a sheet which
Right.
showed all the numbers.
and then you would count it.
you count it.
You
You
know,
sit there and
you'd
listen
say
to the
2,
horns, and you
3,
go
2.
2, 3,
Oh, it was
and then you
North
go
Main
look and see
Street
where they're going.
right,
Absolutely.
or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that was tradition.
Well, they
you
used
know.
to put that on the back of the calendars.
It was on the
Watch
back
I
of the-
think
trusted
I always
calendars.
remember our kitchen.
Yeah, the
we
credit
had,
union.
We had it on the
Yeah.
inside of one of the doors. It was
Exactly,
supposed
the
to
cabinet. You
Not that,
opened
I
it.
don't even know what that mattered, right? But
Right.
it was there.
Before
My
my
parents
time.
must update it every year.
Yeah, and so now when you go into the firehouse and you see that board with the numbers,
And then it
Um,
used to go off at 7:00 every night,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then Watch Hill is 6:00,
6:30.
6:30.
That's when
Still,
they do
still
the,
6:30.
That's when they do the radio
Yeah.
check.
Yes,
Yep.
it is. It's a
Tone test.
it's a tone test. But what's the organization? Communication Commission,
Oh.
FCC, requires that there be a test of the radio. So that's how they do it.
But Musqueamish it still goes off, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
There's
Pawcatuck.
I don't know if
There's-
Musqueamish had. Do they have a
in the
siren?
summer. Do they go off? I thought it
No.
was.
I think Watch Hill and Musqueamish still have the sirens
They-
on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
Regular
still go
sirens.
off.
That's still
Yeah.
go off. Yes.
Pawcatuck goes off every night. At what time?
Pawcatuck goes off
6:15.
Yeah.
6:15 every
I
night.
wonder where they
and-
come up with these times. I mean,
Well, it's
Just to
because
stagger
because
it,
you have
you know,
can you
Westerly
imagine
Dispatch-
everybody-
Westerly Dispatch does all the surrounding departments for the most
Yeah.
part. So one dispatcher can't do all the tone tests for all the departments at once. So it's probably
Take 'em like
they got
10
staggered
minutes.
Yeah,
time.
I got you. Yeah.
Pawcatuck's theirs still goes off for box alarms
For fires, yeah.
for,
Yeah.
for certain ones. I know a guy that's a former member of Pawcatuck Life member. He woke up one night because he heard their horn going off 5 times, which to him he knew was a mutual aid fire. So he knew they were coming to Westerly for something. I mean, I think that's cool, but I also don't live next to the Pawcatuck Fire Department, so
Oh, it's gonna
You
be
trying to
awful.
sleep with the thing
Yeah.
going on?
On a quiet night, you can hear that for miles.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for miles.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there's no doubt about
Yes.
it.
Yeah, and especially with the river, it will come right across
Right
some
across.
nights, and you think it's in your backyard.
Speaking of Pawcatuck and the river, prior to, you get the date right,
1887.
1887, Westerly used to cover both sides of the river for firefighting.
There was no Pawcatuck fire.
There was no Pawcatuck fire at that time. 1887, Connecticut decided that they were going to develop the Pawcatuck Fire District. And then they said, well, we need to have a fire department. And it was originally named the P.S. Barber Hose Company.
Yeah, they named it after the guy that gave him money to start the
Yes.
fire.
Well,
company.
that's kind of the way it
Yeah.
works, right?
And,
You want to give us money, get
and then,
started.
and
We'll
then it
name.
became the Pawcatuck Fire.
Um, okay. Very
Speaking of-
interesting if you look at the
The
history
toner's
of
an
all,
accident.
of all the
An
stuff.
accident, I heard it.
Um,
Um,
very interesting. And then I remember it's probably still there inside when you walk in the fire department where the numbers are.
Yeah.
There's that device that would punch the
Yep.
holes in the paper? Or is that still, it's got to still
Yeah,
be
almost
there?
like
still
a
have
ticker
it
tape.
in the foyer.
And that's how you could see the number, number come up.
Right.
Kinda
You come in.
Yeah, that old tape machine is still there.
Still
Right.
there.
But now, right now, we're listening to, and some of the viewers may hear it, that something's going off, right?
Yes.
But it's not a fire. Now you respond to accidents.
We respond to motor vehicle
So it's
accidents,
changed.
what
you do.
CO detector activations, smoke alarm. People, they're smoke detectors. I like to think of the fire department as the jack of all trades. And if somebody feels they have an emergency, they're calling us to come and fix it. Because they know we're going to come out. And just like the police, when you call the police and you say, I have this problem, they're going to come and they're going to solve it for you. So sometimes you wonder if people are calling just because they don't want to have to try to figure it out.
Oh, they do. Believe
yeah,
me, I can
they-
tell you
yeah.
that. I get calls every day like
I
that.
mean, you could have somebody, with a clogged toilet, and they're going to call us for a water emergency. Okay,
Yeah,
because we're going to
and
come
guess
out.
what?
we're gonna
Chances
come
are
out-
you'll come, the toilet will be unclogged, and they'll be fine, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go. We'll
figure it
pass the buck. Like I don't know. It seems-
Yeah, but if you look at the old history of the fire department in the early days, they were only going to fires.
Mm.
Yes.
There was no fire alarms to go answer. There was no hazmat situations in the late 1800s.
Well, there was,
you know.
but they weren't called that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like all the gases started like probably in the 1910s around there. But other than that, they were just going to fires. So to be a volunteer, you really didn't have to devote that much time to it.
Mhm.
Now it's a totally
Yeah, you
different
look at the
story.
amount of calls you get now per
Yeah.
day. And believe me, I hear it. I hear the trucks leaving from my office continuously, but
We do that on
and-
purpose.
That's okay. All right, we don't mind.
Lay the horn down.
Yeah.
Or Dennis
Yeah.
comes squealing tires on the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah, around. But you're right. It's because now you're doing extrication from motor vehicle accidents. You're doing any kind of rescue, water, right?
Mhm.
Yes, elevator
Yeah, I mean anything.
lockouts. People lock
Yeah.
themselves out of their house.
Well, who else you gonna call? You have to call somebody, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
And
that's
then, and of course they call 911. Well, what's
Right.
911 going to do?
Right, right.
They're going to send one of 3 emergency responders.
They
right?
got to pass
Police,
the buck
fire,
to
and-
somebody. So
Yeah.
it's
Or the
like-
town manager.
Somebody's
Yeah, right, I know.
And
He's
we
number
better
4.
pass the liability to them
That's
so they can
it.
break stuff. It's
You
fine.
know,
They can break-
and like Steve said, back then we were only fighting fires,
Mhm.
but we were also having fires. Now we don't have as many
There's a lot more
actual
prevention,
fires.
right?
Okay, fire prevention when that
Works.
started did its job and it works.
Mhm, yeah.
So there were fires to go to. So as a volunteer, you were busy. You were going to fires. I remember even when I joined in New Jersey, we were going to 3 and 4 fires a week,
Mhm.
actual fires.
Right.
Yeah. Now,
That's
maybe
a,
we
that's
have,
a,
maybe
that's
we
a
have
good
3 or
thing,
4
though,
a
right?
year.
That-
Right.
That's a good thing. That means
Right.
smoke
It is a good
detectors,
thing.
fire,
I definitely don't
you
want to,
know,
wish ill will on anybody. loss of
education, and all
property
that.
or life,
Right, right.
But that's the reality of it.
Mhm. There's so many
And
safety measures in place now.
And
Um,
again, for these younger members, why did they join the fire department? To go fight fires.
Right.
Well, we don't have as many of those.
I'm
So it's keeping their interest.
right.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sure they very quickly learn it's more than fighting fires.
Yeah, because you
yeah.
guys help. I mean, we do it together. I mean, like the search and rescue stuff like that. I mean, you're the first person we call because
Right.
you guys have the people that come out, and so you guys do help us. We help you guys. I mean, it really is one big giant first responder community.
And you talk about that you're honoring those that have passed, but it's also generational. And I mean, here we have father and son sitting here. Did you get involved because your father was a fireman?
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have a choice?
Yeah, have a
Huh?
choice.
Do you have a choice?
I haven't had a choice since I was
Yeah.
born.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was, I was actually still in high school, but actually him being part of the fire department, but also when 9/11 happened, I was a freshman in high school, and watching him go down and assist and help out, it kind of, got me there. So as soon as I was able to, I graduated high school early, so you have to wait till you're 18. So I finally joined in August of 2005. Doing it ever since, and yeah, it's pretty much why I joined. So
So 9/11, were you in New Jersey or were you here?
I was here. When I got out of the military, I worked for a little while at
Thank
the
you for your
Philadelphia Naval
service.
Shipyard, and then I took a job at the Groton Subbase in the engine repair shop. And so I was here for 9/11. I was a new lieutenant, and I had members come to my house and say, "When are we going?" And we actually sent 2 crews from Westerly. One crew went down for 3 days. They came back. Another crew went down for another 3 days. And I was with the second crew. We went down to Ground Zero in New York. Very humbling.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. There's no doubt.
I watched the towers be built living in New Jersey. I lived on the coast, not far from there. And I watched those towers be built. So
Yeah, because they were just in the late 60s, early 70s, right? They
Yes.
completed.
So you talk about line of duty deaths. Luckily, we don't have a lot of them now, do we?
In Westerly, no, we've only had 2. Like Stephen said, we had
You had George Edgar
George
in
Eager was the
July of
chief.
1930, and then you had
Assistant Chief John
Chief
Keena.
Jake Keena in 1976.
Are our only 2 line of duty deaths.
In the capacity of both fighting a fire at the time, is that what?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Chief Edgar answered a call for he was the Thorpe farm, if you look in the article, in on Potter Hill Road, which I've tried to find in GIS. I believe it was right before the bridge going into Ashaway was where the farm was. He went up there to investigate smoke in the barn. He went up to the second floor and fell through the hay loft and cracked his head when he landed, and then he died the next day. Chief Keena was at a fire on West Street, and he had a heart attack while at that fire.
At the fire.
And passed away.
So
And I like to attribute it the fact that we don't have as many to our training.
Oh, that's a good thing. You don't want any, right? But
And I got involved with the training a couple of years after I joined the department. And we have a very good training program. And I like to attribute the fact that we haven't even had a close call because of our training. And sometimes you look at some of these other departments and you say, how did that happen? And you wait. And NIOSH puts out reports when they have line of duty deaths. And you read the reports and you see, what led up to this? What were the factors that NIOSH found? And we, like I said, I just thankful for our training because a lot of the stuff that is found in those reports, we cover all the time. And we make sure our guys know.
well, that makes a difference. There's no doubt about it. Training is what keeps everyone safe. No doubt about it. I mean,
And I call it training, but it's actually practice.
Mhm.
The first time we show you, that's training. After that, it's practice.
practice, right?
And the more you practice, the better you're going to be, but also you'll have that recall if a moment happens.
There's no doubt. It's the same thing on the police side. The repetition training, the repetition becomes a mindset, right? It becomes a mindset after a while.
You fall back into training. Bottom line, it's the repetitiveness, and
Your
you
natural
do without even
instinct will
thinking
do
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
sure you guys have been in situations where you're like, oh, I just did that, and you don't
Yes.
realize you did it.
Oh, I've been in situations where I'm glad I had the training I
Yeah,
had,
right.
But you say level of training, and one of the things that I pass on to, and I have a couple career retired fire chiefs and stuff at the academy that they use this phrase is that we do not rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our training,
Mhm.
And that's so true.
That's true in everything, though. That's
Yes.
it truly is. It truly is. I mean, training is huge, but the issue, especially with everyone with training, is to keep that motivation factor up. because training
Yes.
is very repetitious,
It does.
very repetitious. It's like, I've already done this. I know how to do this. You become very complacent. It's how to motivate people to make it interesting, make it fun, to make it worthwhile. That's the challenge. That's a
Yes.
challenge with a lot of the training things.
And that it helps when you have some place to do that. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, you guys have used the YMCA house,
Mhm.
right? The houses that used to be on Franklin Street.
Right, right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Police departments, fire departments, we use those for trainings, and it was so much easier to build scenarios and have people go
Because it's real
through
life.
them
Yeah, real life
because
stuff.
it's real life.
Right.
You're using an actual building. Whereas, if you were to try to, do, I don't know, search training in the Sally Port,
Yeah.
how would you do it? And that's kind
Simulating
of how we did it.
Simulating it isn't always the greatest, but
No.
sometimes that's what you have to do. But
Yes.
I mean, shooting with the police side, when they qualify to shoot, you're at a range.
Mhm.
You can't really go out on the street and start shooting. I mean, it's kind of hard to kind of
We found him on
simulate that.
That's
But
good.
that's why
Thank
you guys, thankfully, there are properties that become available in town, whether it's rebuilds or tear downs or redevelopments that become available that, you guys are always offered the opportunity most of the time in these properties to go in, light it on fire, do, I don't know, whatever you do, cut holes in the roof, vent it, do it a certain way, put it out, attack the fire. I mean, you can do it a couple times
we do it
until
all.
the building is destroyed enough. Well, then it's not safe anymore, right? Then, okay, then
Right.
it's time to come
Yes.
down.
Yes. And
Yeah.
and again, live
Yeah.
fires and say, like, we can't do live fires in the YMCA
Yeah.
house. The
Mhm.
house.
Yeah.
But, all right. For obvious
Yeah.
reasons,
Mhm.
but one is also, again, the rules and things have changed to where, okay, if you're going to do a live fire in an acquired structure, you got to make sure that all the shingles are torn off the roof. So there can be no asbestos. There can be no lead
Right.
paint. There can be.
Well,
So,
that eliminates probably just about anything that's going to be thrown down.
so
look back at
now
some of
you can
Yeah.
smoke it up.
Yeah.
Right.
We can put smoke machines in there, and there have been instances where we've done that, and next thing you know, our pagers are going off because somebody thought the house was on
On
fire.
fire. Happens all the time.
I think that's our friend Ben.
Yeah, I know.
So but that makes it more realistic.
But at the fire academy, they have that new facility, isn't it? Has
Oh, the burn building.
the burn building, right? You can burn.
The building at the fire academy is propane gas. They can get that building up to, I believe it's like 700 degrees before all the safeties kick in and automatically shut it down.
Shut it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then there's
we're not
other-
we're not there to burn people or get people
Yeah.
hurt, and the building is designed so that we don't do that.
Yeah, there's other places that we've done burn trainings at. Hope Valley has a burn trailer. It's Connex boxes. They have some rooms set up inside, but they burn pallets and hay. So the smoke at like that place is more realistic to a structure fire where like you really can't see anything. The burn building at the fire academy,
That should be metal,
because
right?
it's a propane. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all metal. That one's
It's all metal and
propane, so
concrete.
Yeah.
the smoke isn't as dense as it is
It's-
at
yeah.
like
It's
Hope Valley
theatrical
or
smoke.
or at the Union Fire District. They have like a concrete building that they set fires, wood pallets, and hay. So
Yeah, there's pros and cons on both of them.
Yeah.
So the trainings that you do with each of these are different.
Mhm.
You do the same scenarios, but the way that you play them out it could be a little different.
Well, you can
know.
definitely set up. You start the fire in all different areas, right? And then
yeah,
that's the way you got to come in and attack.
yeah.
it.
The
So
Fire
that's-
Academy has a couple, several
Two
different
rooms.
two
Two
rooms
rooms.
that they could set fires in different areas. Hope Valley, they can only set it in one area of their trailer, but they've reconfigured their trailer in the past. So I have gone there thinking that the layout was one thing, and then
Figured
they
out pretty
changed
quickly.
it.
They changed,
Yeah, and then it was different.
And at Union, they have several floors and different rooms. So yes, they can start a fire in the basement and not simulate, actually make it climb to the fourth floor. So now you're going in and you're facing an actual scenario that you could face in a lot of the houses here in our town.
Right.
Basement fire winds up being in the attic.
Plus, it's the unknown.
No
They have to figure out where it is, right?
Yes.
I mean, because again, you don't
Yeah.
know. It's all
So that's all the
unknowns.
training that,
Yeah.
and that's why we do it.
And the fire academy you're teaching at, everybody in the state trains at that facility, right?
Yes, at one point or another.
Although-
Like Providence, they have their own fire
Yeah.
academy, but they do come to the academy in Exeter to do practicals, live fire
Mhm.
scenarios and stuff like that. But they run their own fire academies. They don't.
But all the volunteer organizations are required.
Most all the volunteer organizations go there. Most all of them require that their firefighters get firefighter level 1 certification.
which is a multi-week long or whatever
It is a 3-month, 2 nights a week,
Yeah.
5 Saturdays. You get all the theory during the night classes. You get some practicals where we go out and we play like with fire extinguishers or what have you. And then on the Saturdays, we run them through scenarios in the building. They have car props there. We can do car fires, dumpster fires. We even have a grill prop. We can do grill fires. So
before you cook lunch, I hope. Right? You don't want to ruin lunch.
So it's a good facility, and they're expanding right now. They're adding more classrooms.
Yeah, so
They're also adding another building to house
didn't they just
apparatus.
had a groundbreaking
Yep.
in one of them,
Yes.
right? For one of the
Yes.
buildings or the addition to it or something.
So we take advantage of all that at the Westerly Fire Department. We take advantage of everything around us. Dunn's Corners even has a roof prop at their Station 2 in Charlestown.
Mhm.
We've used that. We've now built our own behind our Station 2, but for the
What's a
longest
roof?
time,
What's a roof prop? To get to the roof or to?
it's just a prop to be able to learn to cut holes.
Oh.
The holes are already there. We just supply the plywood, and people practice cutting. We have the same props at the fire.
You guys are
academy.
usually pretty good at cutting those holes in the roofs, I have to say. They usually chop up those roofs pretty good. I usually, but the service you have on the 8th, is there other departments that do this? I know you mentioned that the last
Yes,
one you had didn't, but is there other
there's,
departments that do it? I'm sure there
There's
must
other
be.
departments that do it. One that I know for a fact does it on the same weekend is Warren, Rhode Island. They do theirs. South Kingstown, I believe they have a fireman's memorial, but I'm just off my memory. I feel like they do it in a different time of
I
the
think it's
year.
October.
Yeah, but
When's-
they invite departments from all over, so there's
Yes.
not just them marching. It's
Right.
When I was in Charlestown, we were in it, but Westerly, it's just us. It's
Right,
no,
just for the department
Yeah.
members only. When's the national one? Wasn't that just happened in May?
Yeah, they
May
just,
4th.
yep,
May
they just
4th,
had
May
right?
that.
4th is International Fire.
And where is
Day.
it?
Emmitsburg, Maryland.
Oh, which
The
they're trying to
the
get
National
some.
Fire Academy is in
Yeah.
Emmitsburg. Yes.
They're trying to get one in DC, right? Isn't that what we were told during the trying to get one of the setups in DC memorial, which would be wonderful to honor all those that have fallen, which is quite the task, I'm sure, to come up with
You
it.
guys have definitely the ability to have better training facilities than we do. I mean, having that fire academy is huge. We kind of have makeshift stuff here, here and there. I know at one point they were working on one
Centralized
centralized
academy.
academy.
Yeah, but it never
We-
really came to fruition. There was money set
A
aside.
lot of moving
And,
parts.
yeah, a lot of moving parts to it. And who's responsible and who's going to run it and who's going to, because a lot of the instructors are you guys, how do they gain all the instructors for your trainings? Is it just from all departments, people?
From all departments, there is a NFPA certification for
You-
fire
yeah.
instructor.
Yeah.
So they're required to go through that, and it's whoever wants to become an instructor.
Can.
Dennis McGoran does a lot
Dennis McGoran.
from
We
Westerly.
have several. John Mackey is a fire instructor. Mark Akison, Paul Cornelius is another fire instructor. We have, again, Westerly, we have a nice bucket full of
Right.
people that can do things from the academy. I also teach driver operator, which is running the pumpers, running the aerial, driving. Dennis does that. Paul does that. So
Not Dennis Algier.
no.
No.
We
Um,
love Dennis. We're just
Oh, we do. So like you said, we have all that at our disposal, and so now the instructors, the academy also runs what's known as a municipal fire academy, where people that are either looking to get on the paid jobs or are on the paid jobs, and now they have to go through an academy, and that's a 13-week. They're there every day
Every day. Similar to
for
police
13
academy, right?
weeks. They get their firefighter level 1, level 2, their hazmat operations, driver operator, And I think eventually they're going to look to put rope rescue into that as well. But it's a very rigorous. The instructors become drill instructors like you would have in the Marines. They put them through their paces, but because this is a job that can kill them, and they're getting paid to do this, and departments expect the best to come out of that.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
there's a-
responsibility that
There
comes
is
with
there's
that
a lot of
job.
responsibility, and I will say very proudly that one of our members from Westerly went through the Municipal Fire Academy. Okay.
You have to be sponsored. Is it similar to the police? Because you can't just go to the police one. You have to be sponsored by a town or a department.
You have to apply.
Yeah.
And generally, the department that you're looking to get on usually sponsors you
Is
into
that how it
that.
works? Yeah. Okay.
But our one member that went is now a member of the police department.
Oh,
I don't know if he thought maybe it was just too tough being a firefighter.
maybe that's maybe that was it. Then when he went to the police side, he had to go back for another 22 weeks to the police side of things.
That was Lucas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can't keep him away still, though. So
I guess once involved, always involved.
we've had a few. We have a few firefighters.
But very proud that he was able to make it through that.
Yeah, that's not easy.
He coming out of the Army, he was, I want to get my certification, da da da. He had taken classes in the Army, but the state didn't recognize him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need that certification for the academy to get onto a department, or they're going to sponsor you and send you, correct?
A career
full
department.
time, yeah.
A full-time department.
And then once you're on, you could transfer as similar to police. You could
Yes.
transfer to if you wanted to apply to a different department.
Yes.
Because you have the
In each
certification.
state, but each state has
Each
their
state
own.
must be different. Same with police side. Because if you went
Yes.
to another
Right.
state, you'd have to take, a portion of the academy again to get your certification.
Yeah, in state you can transfer from department to department, but if you're
Do
gonna,
you see that amongst the fire service as,
Yes.
as the laterals?
yes.
Yeah.
There's a
We're
lot of
starting to see that
laterals.
more now. And,
Last
lot of
year,
them happened last year.
or 2 years ago, Providence for the first time accepted laterals instead of, because Providence.
Instead of
they
running
did that on the
academies.
police side too.
Yeah.
apparently.
So the first time they accepted laterals, and everybody that I knew that was on another
Oh,
fire department that
A
wasn't
lot of
Providence
departments
put in
lost a
for
lot of
Providence.
people.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it's sort of like opposite than like policing. Like if you want to, like some guys are like, I'm not working in Providence. I'd rather work for Westerly or some other town that's got better benefits or whatever. The fire service is a little bit different. You want to go to Providence because there's fires. So there was some smaller departments that were like, this is ridiculous. Like we're losing, like you're
Right.
taking two of our guys, like a smaller department,
Right.
like Tiverton, for example, you take one or two of their guys. That's different than
That's
You
the entire shift.
yeah.
Right.
So
that's-
it's like it was a big deal because
Oh,
Providence
same.
never
Don't
did
kid
that
yourself. Same
before.
thing happened on the police side.
Yeah, the past few years, really.
Yeah,
It's
same thing
really-
happened on the police side.
Yeah,
The people taking others, and you get a lot of smaller police departments. It's detrimental. They lose a couple guys that do a lateral transfer, but now, it takes you through a hiring process, academy,
Mhm.
getting somebody on their own. It's a year, minimum a year before.
Yeah.
So now you're filling those shifts and overtime for a year until you can get the position filled. So the smaller departments struggle on that.
Yeah, I'll put a plug in too. Hopefully, we're going to start hiring soon again, maybe. So just keep an eye
Okay.
out for that.
Good.
We've never really had to experience a problem with
Too old
people
for it now.
leaving us to go somewhere else. People usually leave other places to come here, so that's a
Right.
plus.
Lieutenant, what do you want people to know about June 8th?
So what I want to know is that I actually do want them to come out. So my role, I got the lieutenant's position a year and a half ago, and my role was the community events, and I absolutely love doing that. That's great PR for the fire department because we're not all about just fighting fires and
They can cook.
Yeah, we
Give them that. They definitely
Yeah.
cook.
want a cheeseburger, hot dog, and driving by.
Excellent. Thank you.
So the community events and these parades or these marches, like I said, it benefits the members in the department, but I also think it benefits everybody in the community, because I've built, great relationships being in this role with people that I didn't even know. We work along with the police department and the ambulance and other, first responders, but I've met people from the Chamber of Commerce, from other places that I never knew, so I think Sunday is going to kind of show you, that aspect that Westerly is a great community. And I think everybody in the community should come out on Sunday and just, check it out and see how good that memorial is. And, it's not something silly to come and watch. So.
And
That's
what
good.
time is it on June 8th?
It kicks off at
9 a.m.
9. We get there around 8. We have a meeting before, do a little roll call. We still take the charters from the companies out and drape the charters with the bunting, and then we all line up, and then we step off at 9.
Great.
Yeah, it's important, I think, for the public to come out and see it because it shows support. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
it's definitely motivating and encouraging for the fire service members to see the support of the community out there. I mean, it really is. It makes it all worth it, right?
Well,
That's what it's all
that's
about.
just it. Seeing the members of the community, and we see our families out there.
Yeah,
All the firefighters' families all
They're out
come
there.
out.
Yeah, they show up because they have to. I
you
mean,
know,
I'm joking. Yeah.
But we would love
Yeah.
to see the community out
Yeah.
there showing us the support.
Right.
Mhm.
This is the one day where we honor and remember the members that have served the Westerly Fire Department in this community. So to see the community come out and support that, is tremendous. That gives us a good feeling.
Right, absolutely.
know,
I agree.
But don't be mistaken that if there's nobody out on that streets, that's not going to stop us from
Right.
doing our
Doing
job.
it, right.
You call 911, we're coming.
You guys will be fine. I'm sure people like firefighters more.
Yeah,
so.
they like firefighters more than police. They
That's
really
fine.
do.
Well,
Yeah.
police need heroes too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I did want to mention one other thing as they were speaking on the old timers, and we talked about the older members. And so actually this Friday, June 6th, we are doing an old timers dinner. It's a night for them to show appreciation. We go through their years of service, give them a dinner. We're actually doing it at the Bocce Club
Nice.
Friday night. So they do like a slideshow. So it's all those older pictures
Mhm.
of, these
And I'm sure
individuals
they
that have
love it.
taught, me
Yeah,
for
taught
instance,
us.
or taught him for instance. And so yeah, I just wanted to mention that too. So we do something for them every year also.
Do you know right now who your oldest member is? The
Is it
the
Tom
oldest
Keener?
or longest serving
It
maybe?
ought to be Tom Keena.
How old is Mr. Turco?
Ooh, I think it'd be a toss up between
Yeah.
Tom Keena and Bob Turco.
Tom Keena.
That I
think,
don't
is
have
he
the answer to.
96, 92.
Imagine their stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
And back in the day, just think the technology was
No, how it's
nothing what back
changed.
then what it is now and
Right.
the challenges they
It
faced.
wasn't technology. It was all just
There was nothing. Yeah.
mechanical,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
hands.
Yeah, I mean, you got to
You
figure
know?
out just sitting here. I mean, I get how many alerts on my phone from all the accidents or something. It's crazy.
Yeah.
No more bells or no more smoke signals
Yeah.
or whatever else you guys use.
Right. So yeah. So now it's on your phone.
Yeah.
So
Well, we
What-
also we get it on our phone.
Right.
We have the pagers.
Right.
But we also get
You
it
also
on our
must
phone.
get to your phone,
Yeah,
right?
we,
Yeah.
we get texts,
which
and
is
we can answer those texts saying that we're responding,
right.
and we have a TV screen in the apparatus bay that shows
Who's coming?
Who's
Who's coming?
responding?
Who responds? It
who's
clicks-
responding either to the station or to the scene.
So
Yeah,
is
it
it is
gives
the
you an ETA
expectation to you to respond so they know who's coming?
Yeah.
That was
that what it is?
that is
Yeah.
the expectation.
They want you, especially for guys that are drivers. So when you get to the station, somebody like Dennis probably doesn't look because he just dumps in the truck and
Yeah,
takes
yeah,
off. But
right.
if you see on the screen that, for example, Steve Ilward is 3 minutes away, you could wait 3 minutes at
Okay.
least, then I'll be there.
Why? How does it
Um,
give you plug your ETA in? Is it GPS you?
No,
Yeah,
Are we that
GPS
like
is-
that?
Yeah.
That was
Really?
that Halo system, right? That
Really?
they came.
Synergy.
It's
We have
Synergy.
Synergy. There's
is
another
it.
one that's also called I Am Responding.
But
There's
it
many
tracks
different
your
systems.
Okay.
tracks your pages, so it says how far out you
No,
are.
it tracks your phone.
Your phone.
It's on
itself.
our
Okay,
phone.
okay.
So if I happen to leave my phone at home, they won't know where I am.
I have it with them.
Yeah.
They realize I'm getting GPS show.
Station
But
too.
you
Now you
choose
know
where you
where
want
they
to
are.
respond, or it tells you where to respond.
We choose.
Tells
You
you the
choose.
address of the call, and then
Yeah.
you choose.
Right.
Some guys will go straight to the scene if it's a fire.
Right.
If they have their gear in their car.
We only GPS you if you hit respond, right? Not like all the
Yeah,
time. Right.
yeah. Well,
So,
who knows?
Yeah.
So I did get an update. It's Frank Tate and Tom Keena. They have 69 years of service.
Holy cow!
Then James Mackey and Nick Stenhouse have 62 years of service.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, same.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
That's wonderful. Thankful to them. I mean,
Yeah,
really.
thank
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
wonderful.
And make sure that everybody shows up on June 8th at 9 o'clock and supports all of you. So
Absolutely.
we
Well
thank you
deserved.
all
Well
for-
deserved.
Thank you.
yeah, we thank you for
Well
coming.
deserved.
We always end roll call with the chief. He always he's a history buff too, Steve. So he always gives us something good to.
So I got a couple, but this one I did because I don't know if we're going to be on next week or not.
Oh,
So
true.
just in case, this is 6/12 of 1984, but it was new patrolman James Ligori. He was 22 at the time. He was sworn in. That was his first day before he went to the academy.
It's probably when I was graduating high school, I think.
He was in my
graduation.
class.
Yeah.
Well,
He was
I
in
chose him for two reasons. Well, one, he's related to me, and two is when him and that group left is when I got hired. It was 4 or 5 of them. It was Jimmy. Richie was later on.
Yeah.
It was just, we talked about tradition, and maybe it's on me to do better to get some of these guys back in. I talked to Louis Mazzucci the other day. He came in. It was in our library looking. So
Old timers for you guys
It's-
too.
yeah, the old timers.
Get the old timers involved. Keep them involved.
So I did find this one from June 1st, 1926. Stolen typewriter comes to light. One of the typewriters,
Oh,
which
God.
was stolen from the Granite Street garage, was found near one of the water tanks on Quarry Hill by a small boy. The machine was one of 2 which were taken from the Granite Street garage. Was also, and then another one was stolen from the office of the Smith Granite Company on Granite Street. Now that, correct me if I'm wrong, was that the old building?
That's the old building.
That's
The
the
top
old
of the
building,
building
right.
has since been replaced, right?
Let's see,
Typewriters. Wow.
typewriters. This one was June
That was
11th.
technology back then.
Technology,
That's
no
right.
doubt about it.
June 11th, 1926. Bradford fears strange driver. The children warned not to accept offers to rides. The reported attempts of an unknown man in town of late to persuade children to ride with him while on their way to and from school caused some apprehension in the village. Frightened children have returned home repeatedly to tell the tale of a man riding an old automobile who held them up and tried to lure them to riding into their cars. There was no finalization of that, but we still have stuff like that. This is June also 1926. The dog runs wild, put in police cage. A bull terrier dog, which was running wild in the backyard of Arthur Cottrell on Elm Street, was captured and locked up by officers George Madison and Leroy Norman. The dog have been so vicious the officers had to lasso him and was placed in a cage at police headquarters.
Wild
have-
times.
Yeah.
Right here in the big city. of
I know,
Westerly,
I know.
right?
This one was 1928. Wesley Autoists to have chance to test auto lights. So from what I gather, this is the first time we've had headlights in town,
1928.
in the road.
28, really?
So Chief Brown stated that the next 10 days, they're going to phase it in that you had to have your headlights. And the state inspectors from Woonsocket were going to be coming down to check us out.
There used to be something in the Westerly Sun called the sunbeams. Do you remember that?
Sunbeams,
And
I
what
remember.
time you light your motor lights?
What time you turn them on?
Your
right?
motor
Yeah, what
lights.
time your motor lights,
Lights.
and it would tell you what time every night that you needed to drive with your lights on.
You know what else happened in 1928? Current firehouse was built.
Yeah.
That's when it was built, 28. And when did the other one burn down? 27?
Yeah.
27.
I'll say heavy to get it right, 27.
Guys, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming in. We really appreciate it.
Oh,
We
we
appreciate your
appreciate you
time.
guys,
Thank you for the
and,
history. That was wonderful. So roll call is going on summer break.
We
We're
are.
So I
taking
think
a
next week we'll be here?
Summer vacation. We'll be here next week. That will be the last one until we come back in September.
September.
And they're going to run the other shows that we've done during the summer. So we'll see you next week for the final
Grand finale.
roll call. For now,
Maybe have a special
summer.
guest, some famous special guest.
maybe.
Maybe. You have
Okay.
to tune in to see.
Yeah, that's right. You'll have to tune in and see. So again, Sunday, June 8th at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Downtown Westerly. Please come and support
Yes.
the Westerly Fire Department. Thank you again
Yes,
for all you
thank
do.
We would appreciate it. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Gentlemen,
Thank you
thank
guys
you
for
very
coming.
much. You have a town council meeting, so we'll let you go.
You do.
Yes.
Excitement.
Okay. We
Man.
thank you very much for being here today.
Of course.
We missed Ben, but we were in
Not
very good
Mm-hmm.
hands. So thank you very much. All right, everybody, stay safe this week. We'll talk to you next week.